Hallå allesammans och välkomna tillbaka till Irosekai. Vi befinner oss på stranden, vi har inte mycket val, vi måste prata med Kana. Det är inte hela världen, hon har blivit mycket bättre på senaste. I want to make a bit of time to spend with everyone, if at all possible. Okay. I walk up to the shoreline, curious as to what Kana is doing. What are you doing? I don't necessarily have any problem with it personally, but what she's doing is not something most people her age would be caught doing. Väldigt imponerande sandslott, helt ärligt. Jag vet inte om jag vågar ha den här som tumnagel. You're playing in the sand?
失礼です。遊びなんかではありません。
You're not?
はい、そうなんです。
Cool. Declaring as such, she turns around and says,
二人の新居を建築中なんです。
The smile on her face is so pure and joyful.
ですね。ここが
Alltså
寝
det är
室で、
väldigt imponerande
そ
faktiskt.
してここが玄関で。
She continues piling on sand as she hums to herself jovially. I half want to quip and ask how old she is mentally. What the fuck? But that smile of hers has me spellbound. Truthfully, what does it even matter?
何がですか？
Nothing. Yeah, so what if you're a kid at heart? As long as you're having fun, nothing else matters.
はい、よくわかりませんが、その通りだと思います。
Beaming, she continues building, bringing her sand castle, or sand house, how to say, closer to
こ
completion.
こがダイニングで、そしてここが子供部屋です。子供は、そうですね、女の。
Oh. I take a seat in front of the mountain of sand. Perhaps I should try tuning myself to her wavelength every now and then. A family of 5, huh?
はい、そうです。5人は仲良しなんです。とっても。
Oh, you think so?
はい。あまりにも娘と息子が可愛いからって手を出してはいけませんよ、父さん。謹慎はいけないと思います。
What the fuck? What on earth are you talking about?
そういういけないことで新聞に載るようなことがあっては末代までの恥ですから。
There are way too many things I want to object to, but first, why do you think I'd engage in incest with my son?
男の子ですから。
A what? Burly boy?
こうじゃなくて子なんです。
Okay, det är mest... Wow. Wow, vilken bra story det här är. What, if anything, does that change? I'm not even attracted to men in the slightest, to say nothing of that incestual aspect.
男の子知りません？それは。
That would be rather tempting.
へえ。
Apparently that was not the right reply. Why are you grimacing at me? You're the one who suggested it.
私そういうのはどうかって思います。
If he's cute, he's cute. Love doesn't discriminate.
今のセリフ。
Alltså det här är extremt fucked up att sitta och prata om det här på
そして認
stranden.
めてはいけない何かを認めちゃった感じがして非
Jag
常
vill
に
att
ま
vi
ずい
ska
んじゃ
skaffa
ないかって
barn, men
思
du
い
får
ま
inte
す。
göra något konstigt med dem. Alltså, what the fuck? Nu lyssnade jag inte ens på vad hon sa. Vad det finns... I wouldn't mind being a father in the future if I had a cute son like I am.
それ、歩夢さんが聞いたら泣いちゃう。
He's not you. He wouldn't cry.
私がいつ泣きます？
I don't think you have, actually. As I respond, I start absent-mindedly adding sand to her creation. Huh? She fidgets around bashfully.
もしかしてこれって
Her cheeks then flush pink.
初めての共同作業。
Oh no, my hand slipped. The sand collapses with a smash.
わあ、寝室が重点的に壊されてしまいました。
Oh damn, the bedroom's gone. Guess we have to sleep separately then.
それってもしかして最悪の場合は別室にいた。
Yeah, and then the marriage stagnated, leading to a tragic divorce. They later realized that, had they not decided to sleep in separate rooms, their marriage would still be intact to this day, and they each lived happily ever after. The end.
今のにめでたい話がどこか。
Why don't you just turn this into a normal sandcastle? Poke a hole in the middle there and say voila.
そんな遊びには興味ありませんけど。
It's no different than what you'd been
崇
doing.
高な物語性が含まれているんです。私の砂山には。
She immediately begins to diligently rebuild a section of the sandcastle that I ruined. Look, I'm not saying you have to quit this, but aren't you gonna swim? We are at the beach and all. If all you wanted to do was play with sand, you could have just gone to the sandbox and... What the... Va?
私十分楽しんでますが。
Are you now?
はい、そうなんです。夢は大きくです。
Alright, well if you're enjoying yourself, that's fine, I guess.
ここに太陽よりも大きな愛で私たちの家を建てるんです。
Varför var det där typ inspelat på en helt annan dag, helt annan mikrofon, helt annat allting? Why the sun specifically?
わかりません。なんとなく語感が良かったので口にしてしまいました。意味はありません。
Right. I gaze up at the sky. At the end of the day, maybe it just isn't possible for me to understand Kana. Not now, at least. I stand up, preparing to take my leave.
ユマさん。
What is it?
私はやっぱり。
Okay. She pats down her sandcastle.
私は料理をしない方がいいですか?
Ja, jag tror bara att det är jag som inte är helt rätt, kanske inte rätt mindset, men det här är... känns så framtvingat att sitta och läsa det här just nu. I turn around and redirect my attention to her. What do you think that?
今日のキサラギさんのお弁当、ものすごく美味しい。
Yeah, I completely agree.
はい。ですからやっぱりキサラギさんの言うように、私が料理を上手になる必要はないっていう。
I mean...
私の料理は幸せにしたい人を喜ばせることができないんじゃないかっていうか。
All jokes aside, I know that this is something that means a lot to her. I know she didn't intentionally make it bad. No, I think not, at least.
迷惑をかけるだけならやめた方がいいんじゃないかって思うんです。得意な人に全部任せて。
Maybe. I won't deny the validity of what you're saying. But if you ask me, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking things slowly. Yeah, sure. It can be quite difficult to master something when you're just plain not good at it. However, it really touches me that you want to try so hard. In spite of that, for me. For the time being, just progress at your own pace. Go as slow or fast as you want.
私のペースで。
It still kind of confuses me, but you were doing all of that because you wanted to make me happy, right?
それは。
If you weren't, then that means I just uttered something incredibly embarrassing, and I kinda get overly self-conscious about these sort of things.
いいえ、間違っています。
She shakes her head vehemently.
私はユマさんに美味しいって言ってもらいたく。
She bit her tongue. Are you alright? I take hold of her hand and activate Chinku's magic. Does it still hurt? Anyhow, whether you decide to continue pursuing cooking or not, I don't think you should ever beat yourself up over not being good enough. Oh, but remember to taste everything first. As long as you do that, I'll be willing to eat it. I had to muster up all my courage to say that, given the trauma our cooking gave me. Because of that, I wasn't able to enunciate my words clearly. She hangs her head pensively.
私、ユ
Huh?
マさんの言うようにゆっくり
Great to hear.
そばで見ていてくれ。
If you'd like me to, then sure.
ありがとうございます。
She smiles at me, and I smile back. Even if only by a teensy tiny bit, I do feel like I've gotten closer to her for this conversation. And that makes me genuinely happy. Susan calls out from beside a parasol where she stands.
ちょっとこっち来て。
Everybody migrates to the parasol from their various spread out places. What's this about?
あのね、せっかく海に来たんだからみんなで楽しめることをしようかなって思って。
Oh, that sounds nice.
でしょ？お姉さん気が利いてるよね。
For sure.
なんだよ。 そのそっけない態度は何なんだよ。
She grumbles and purses her lips in anger.
あ、いいけどさ。
So, what are we doing?
スイカ割りをしようかと思います。
My dad of all things.
なぜってそれはなんでだろう。
I suppose so.
そうだよ。これはもう海といえばイコールでいつだってもうそんなのは古くて誰もやっちゃいねえよって思う。
Okay.
なんだよゆうくん、ノリが悪いな。
What? I am though. I'm super pumped.
とにかくドキドキワクワクスイカ割りだ。
She then takes out the bag she got from the greengrocers on the way here and rummages through it.
一丁、夏をレトロに満喫しようじゃないか。
Hold on a second. If memory serves me, inside that bag is in the watermelon.
さあ一丁、やったろうぜ。
Här är kanske en bättre tumnagel. Väldigt intressant melon dock. Jag vet inte riktigt vad det här är för melon. Men okej. Okay. She pulls the round fruit from the bag and hoists it up into the air.
一番先にこいつを勝ち割るのは誰でしょうか。あ、なんだよみんな。
違うんです。お姉さん、それは。
何かな。
それスイカじゃなくてメロンです。
Jag tyckte... Susan looks over at the object in her hand.
あらまあ、本当だ。
Her eyes widen in surprise. If I recall correctly, I think back on the conversation that took place between Susan and the greengrocer.
いや、もうかってる。海に行くからそれくださいな。
After greeting him, she gestured vaguely toward the counter. She just walked off without even bothering to check what was inside the bag. She took it from the greengrocer whilst chatting away with Tsukasa.
それは。
She flinches.
海に行くからそれちょうだいって言えば、だいたい。
Right.
ゆうくんも気がついたなら言ってくれればいいのに。
Well, you were pointing at the regular melon, and you didn't say anything, so I thought that was what you wanted.
お疲れ様でした。
Kyo didn't pull her punches with that one. What in the hell is with this thing? Susan complains in bafflement, before hoisting the melon up in the air again.
それじゃあスイカ改めメロン割りだ。
She earns one round of applause from Tsukasa. Yahoo! Golly, this sounds like so much fun. Vilken motiverad
あ
applåd
れ
det
だよ
var.
ね。
I'm so what? She looks at me with contempt.
司が動くと乗りやすいよね。
Do I?
スイカじゃなくてメロン割りするんですよね。
おう、やるよ。こうなりゃもう割れれば何でもいいかなってさ。
相手はメロンだから割りじゃなくて潰しが似合うって思うの。メロン潰しだ。
おう、ぐしゃっといこう、ぐしゃっと。
食べられる程度に。その通りですね。
Tsukasa voices her agreement, all the while staring excitedly at that melon being held in high in the air by Susan.
ところでメロンというのは美味しいものなのでしょうか。
Well, yeah.
甘いぞ、美味しいぞ。それじゃあこれを割った人に一番大きくて美味しいと。
お兄さん、
Her gaze flits toward me. Yeah,
私頑張ります。
okay. Good luck.
そしてお兄さんに一番美味しいところをどうぞ。
I appreciate it, but you should take it for yourself.
でもいつもお世話になっているのでほんのささやかなご恩が。
In any case, she looks raring to go.
そういうわけでじゃんけんで順番を決めようか。
In the end, the person who won the prize of the biggest, juiciest part of the melon was... Wanna split it with me, Tsukasa? Today must be my lucky day. Okay. Man, it's already this late. The sun had begun to set before I realized it. School days always go by at a snail's pace, but when I'm doing something like this, the time just seems to fly by.
相対性だな。
I see. I nod in meek acceptance, even though I don't actually understand. I gotta get started on dinner once we get back. On a spur-of-the-moment decision, I began to pick up the trash off the beach, and I've just finished collecting the last piece.
随分と模範的だ。
I guess. I do love and care about this town. I walk back toward the parasol and call out to everyone to inform them that it's time to go. Huh? Why is it so quiet? Finding it odd that I received no responses, I walk closer to investigate. Oh. Upon which, I find them all sprawled out beneath the parasol, sound asleep.
遊び疲れたのかな。
Probably.
ユーマ、どうした？
Do you know where I put my phone? Ah, here it is. Great. It's still got plenty of battery left too. For once in my life, I didn't forget to bring my cell phone with me. I remember to, for one specific reason. I was thinking of taking a commemorative group photo. Perfect. Det här är en ganska fin bild ändå. This is a nice photo. Ja. Det här är en ganska fin bild. Den kan vi ha som tumnagel i det här väldigt omotiverade avsnittet. I think I'm actually going to make it in my phone background. Det är lite creepy. Kanske ska fråga dem först. Men, that way it'll probably be easy for me to get in the habit of bringing it with me when I go out.
どうしたんだ？
I was just trying to figure out how to change the background on my phone.
司のことをどうのと言えないな。ユーマ。
You're absolutely right. With Shinku's guidance, I managed to successfully change my wallpaper to the picture I just took. Alright, there we go. It looks perfect. Hey, wake up everyone, time to go home. After they've all woken up, we pack our things and set off back toward the dorm. Jaha. Spännande. Spännande. Huh? Feeling a bit tired after a long day, was getting ready for bed and came out to the dining room for a quick glass of water, only to spot something. What's this? 2 rice balls in plastic wrap are sitting on a plate atop the table. I wonder whose these are.
さあ、ラップをしてあるってことは誰かが食べる予定でもあるんじゃないかな。
Om någon planerar på att äta dem så skulle de ju inte vara wrapped up. Då planerar de ju på att lägga undan dem, eller? Maybe it's Susie's
か
dinner.
もしれないな。ユーマ？
Come to think of it, I'm kind of hungry at the moment.
さっきご飯食べたばかりじゃないか。
Yeah, and it was Mio's cooking, so it was really delicious.
そうか。
I gotta give her props. She still cooked for us even though she was no doubt just as tired as the rest of us.
それなのにまだ食べるのか？
I'm debating it.
太っちゃうぞ。
Yeah, I won't deny I probably will, but the biggest problem at hand is that I don't know who these belong to.
そうだな。とりあえず冷蔵庫に入れておくのはどうだ？
That's probably the best thing to do. I pick up the plate of rice balls. There's a slip of paper placed underneath it. A note.
何々？ご自由にどう？
I find it a little odd. Who would have gone out of their way to do this and why?
さあ。でもこれは食べちゃ。
Yeah, it does say help yourself. And hey, it's not like a single rice ball's gonna make me fat. I am where I run and take a huge bite in random scene. Ugh. It's pickled plum.
そうか。
She forces a strained
美味
smile.
しいか？
Yeah, I nod. Really good.
本当ですか？
Huh? Hearing a voice from behind me, I turn around.
今のは本当です。
Kana is hiding herself behind the dining room entrance, poking her face out and peering at me stealthily. Kana? You can random scene.
今言ったこと本当ですか？
No, I wasn't. But does that mean? I look at the rice ball that I took a bite from. Did you make this?
私が作りました。
She trots over to me, eyes sparkling.
美味しかったですか？
Yeah, so you made it, huh?
今日ユーマさんが私のペースで行こうと言ってくれたので。
Oh, okay. I'll take another bite. Yeah, this is definitely good. Kana, you okay? The huge stockpile of pent-up energy explodes as she starts yelling and jumping for joy. Yeah, guess you did. Was it really that much of a challenge though? She nods earnestly, then says,
さんが美味しいって言ってくれるために口に出せないようなことをいろいろしたい気持ちをぐっとこらえるのが。
Right, good for you.
はい、そうなんです。お塩の代わりに重曹でしたっけ？あれを使ったらもっと。
Today really is my lucky day. Hey Kana, I had this thought last time when you made dinner for us, so... We know you're fully capable of producing delicious food when you rein in those desires, so at least in my opinion, I'd say you've already reached a proficient level. She managed to make a delicious pasta dish for everybody, after all. She's likely an even better cook than she gives herself credit for. If you keep striving to improve, just like you did when making these rice balls, then I'm sure eventually you will...
そうですね。ユーマさん以外の方に作る料理は少なくとも普通に食べられるようには作れる自信ができます。
Why am I the exception?
これはあれです。愛情という名のスパイスなんです。
I figured you'd say something along those lines. That aside, however, so just can't help but take extra care when fixing my food specifically.
はい。
She nods.
それが一番大変なんです。
Right.
だけど今回おにぎりくらいならいろいろしなくても我慢できるってわかりました。
Good for you. Jag har never hört den här låten
愛
förut.
されてるって時々辛
Fin
い
låt i
よ
alla fall.
な。
Shinku, you're smiling.
そうかな。
Anyway. Thanks, Kana. I plopped my hand on her head. You did a good job. I don't think anyone would object to that. Tears begin to well in the corners of her eyes.
これは違います。
Yeah, I know. I rub her head. You don't cry. I can't believe how happy you are about this.
私もこんなに嬉しいな。
Oh, you didn't. I threw up a strained
こ
smile.
れからも私ユーマさんに褒めてもらえる。
Thanks. That makes me really happy. Truly and honestly. One thing though, Kana. There's nothing wrong with being enthusiastic and wanting to give 110%, but just remember
け
this.
ど
Take your time. She beams.
ゆっくりゆっくり頑張ります。
She and I then proceed to eat the rice balls together.
それはそうとユーマさん。
Yeah?
今さっき誰と話してたんですか？
What?
私のおにぎり発見してからずっと独り言言ってましたけど。
Oh. Don't worry about that. I can't think of any other excuse. Vilken musik. Den där har vi inte hört förut. Den där kommer säkert spela någon stor roll någon gång i framtiden. Kändes väldigt intressant. Let's get to today's diary entry.
お、今日はなんだかやる気だな。
Yeah, I had tons of fun today.
そうか。それはいい。やる気になってくれれば私は何でもいい。
Right, let's do this. I pick up my pen and sit facing the diary book.
ユーマ、
Tell me, Shinku, what does this mean?
何が？
It's strange. I've suddenly lost all will to write.
いくらなんでも早すぎるって思う。
Let's see. What should I write about today?
海に行った。
That I did.
私を置いて。
What? You came with us?
でも私は泳い。
Well, obviously you can't swim.
それはそうだ。
She purses her lips.
今日は一日中ほったらかされて。
I'd do something about that if I could.
それは分かってる。分かってるけど。
Yeah?
ちょっと寂しかったかもって思う。
Regardless of whether you were in the wrong or not, you should always apologize in situations like these. I remember Shinku saying something along those lines before. So with that in mind, I quickly lowered my head. I'm sorry, Shinku.
そうか。それなら今日も一晩中話そう。
I feel like I've been baited again. After making quick work, alltså ni är uppe varenda natt hela tiden, varenda natt hela nätterna. Shinku and I begin to converse. Anything in particular you want to talk about?
そうだな。
She cocks her head to the side as she brows.
それじゃあテストの続き
What test?
覚えてないか？ちょっと前に私の力について。
And what all you remembered about my power, right? I do remember something similar to that. Alright, let's do the test.
思ったより素直で。
Well, I'm going to be talking to you all night, so I might as well get this out of the way
なる
now.
ほど。
She flashes a faint smile before lifting a finger and explaining.
だけど今回はテストというより、
Alright.
ああ、私 今更何よって考えただろう。ユーマの中に住んでいる私にはなんとなくそれがわかるんだ。
Yeah, it was.
だろ？
She grins triumphantly.
だけど私はユーマにしか見ることのできない霊体で。
Oh,
ああ、そうなんだ。そして
yeah.
私はユーマ、お前の脳の中に住んでいるんだって思う。
Inside my mind.
私は今もユーマの目の前にいるように見えているだろうけど、だけど全てはこうして会話をしやすいようにとね。
That's an interesting theory. I nod. You said this was a review of things I already know, but I can't recall ever hearing this
そう
before.
か。それなら初めて。
You don't seem very sure. Although, now that I think about it, from the way you've been speaking, I feel like you know this is the first time you mentioned it to me.
そんなことはないって。ユーマも私も半端に記憶がないんだから、こういうこともあるよ。ちょっとした誤差というか。
I have no memories from before that day, as a child when I awoke in my apartment. I was only told this at a later point, but Chinka also has lapses in the memories as well. Just not as severe as mine. She's never ever actually told me the extent of it, though, so I can only make general statement like such. Anyway, I don't know if I can just overlook this as a little incorrect assumption.
うるさいな。とにかくこうして私がユーマだけに触れることができるのも。
Shinka leans her back against me, and I smell the aroma coming from her soft
ユーマ
hair.
の脳が私に触れられていると誤認しているってことなんじゃないかな。
Okay.
そしてユーマが新しい記憶を持つことができない、あるいは現状日記を書かなければ、そうして私なりの持論のようなものを見つけられたけど、
What's your theory?
人間の脳は2人分の記憶を蓄積することができる。だけどあくまでもそれは脳機能を平均的に使用していたらということになるんだけど。
Okay.
要するに私がユーマとこうして一緒にいることで、ユーマの脳には
Which is why I forget.
そういうこと、2人分の思考や感情、その全てを受け止め続けている。だから忘れることが最大の機能保全なんだ。
Can I ask you a question, Shinku?
なんだ？
What are you even getting at with this? You said you wanted to review what I already knew, but this doesn't seem anything at all like that.
気が早いな。
She appears grumpy.
今からその話をしようと思う。
Alright.
私の力を使うとユーマの記憶が失われる。
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I used it at least once today, too. Does it have something to do with the theory about you dwelling inside my head?
さあ、
You don't know?
それはわからないよ。私も正解を知っているわけじゃなくて、ただの推論と仮説を並べているだけなんだから。
Right.
ただ私の力がユーマの記憶を使って引き起こせるという条件を持つなら、一つの可能性として、それは力を使うときに私がユーマ
You consume
あ
them.
くまでも比喩だよ。
I see.
だからユーマが生きるために必要な全ての記憶をなくしてしまったら、いや、もしかしたらユーマが私に関しての記憶をなくしてしまったら、その
But,
どうしてとユーマの記憶と私の力の関係性を問われても、その成り立ちを理解していない私には、ごめんな。わからないことはわからないと直裁に述べる。それは目の前にある不明確事項に現時点の私が敗北しているということを認めてしまっているようで、あまり好ましい言葉ではないけれど、でもまず事実は事実として認めていかなくちゃいけない。そうしないことには何も前進できない。 科学者っていうのはそうやって謎とその回答を積み重ねていくこと。
I see.
でも私は一発の科学者といって自分に胸を張れるほど立派でいられた自分。それでも私はいつだって科学の目を通してでしか物事を観察できない。
That's why you assert that you don't know when there's no scientific proof to say one way or
そうい
another.
うこと。自分で言うのも変だけど、今の私はどのような科学的な説明でも成立で。とにかく今日この話をユーマにしたのは、それは私の力のもう一つの効果のことなんだけど、私の力をもう一つの使い方で使ったらユーマの記憶をもっともっとたくさん私は食べてしまうから。だから十分っておい。
My eyes fling open as she pinches my cheeks.
今寝てただろう。
Maybe it's too boring. No, I wasn't. I shake my head. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
それなら今私が言ったことを復唱できるか？やっぱり聞いてないじゃないか。
You were saying how much you loved me, I think. She glares at me, enraged. Just kidding. I'm sorry.
それ
Yeah.
間違ってないけど。
What? She grins cheekily.
この前の仕返しだ。
What did I do before?
いきなり私の水着がどうのって言っただろう。
Come on. That was just...
幽霊に好きとか言われてドキドキするなんて変態だ。
No, I wasn't.
私はユーマの中に住んでるんだから、お前が考えている大体のことは伝わってくるんだ。だけど大丈夫。プライバシーは守ってるから。それくらいの配慮はあるよ。わかるのは感情の機微。そんな程度。
Didn't you just say that you weren't exactly a ghost?
そうだな。でも今はそう言っておいた方が捉えやすいだろ。
Yeah, I guess. I say, letting out a yawn. I'm sleepy.
ちょっと待って。気持ちはわかるけど、今は重要な話をしてるんだ。だから。
Sorry, Shinku. I know I said to stay up all night and talk with you, but you're boring. I crawl up onto the bed. I promise I'll make up for it some other time. But what the fuck? So please just allow me to rest for tonight.
この前も同じようなことを言ってなかったか？
Jag vill minnas så var vi uppe hela natten sist. My body suddenly stops as I'm wrapping myself in the blanket. Do you want to keep talking some more? She heaves a heavy sigh.
いいよ。今日はもう寝よう。
I'm sorry.
いいんだ。謝らなくてもいい。眠たい目をこすって聞いても、次の日になったら覚えてないかもしれないだろ。
I guess not.
それならちゃんと元気な時に聞いてもらいたいって私も思うから。
Thanks. As I lie down and close my eyes, my mind begins to drift off. Oh, I forgot to turn off the lights. Good night.
おやすみ、ユーマ。
Like always, I feel her fingers brush my forehead.
ユーマ、お前の明日は今日よりもずっと楽しいことに溢れているよ。
Tack. Det hoppas jag. Även om det är fredag idag så att imorgon kommer det inte ut avsnitt. Sondra after I begin to dream. Det här avsnittet var inte, det var ganska, tvinga mig själv att läsa igenom det här. Please. The mysterious world where white feathers fall from the sky. Save us from this place. A voice calls to me, Calls me to me within this dream. Calls me to me. Jag tror att det stod me en gång för mycket där. All right. Chapter 11. Fiend. The Beast. Okej, det lät väldigt ominous. Nu är det bara 2 chapters kvar här också. It's lunchtime. Och med det tar vi och rundar av här. Vi fortsätter igen imorgon. Och fram till dess får ni ha det bra. Förhoppningsvis så är det lite lättare att spela det här imorgon. Jag tackar så mycket för att ni har tittat i alla fall. Vi hörs, hej då.